2 years ago, I got my dream job. I saw posted online to audition for the one and only Walt Disney himself. Well, I thought it was for WD himself. Turns out he's dead. But his people were there when I drove down to Orlando in my turquoise Honda Civic, and I just gave it my all. 2 weeks later, I was Belle. Seriously, I moved to Florida, and I was roaming around the Magic Kingdom in my little blue and white dress all day and much of the night during our special extended hours for resort guests only. Little girls and quite a few boys would just flock to me, and their parents would too. Sometimes just lonely adults who were at the park by themselves would tell me the most interesting things about their lives. I'd tell them all a story. It was my kingdom. To hell with Cinderella, everyone wanted a picture with me. People told me I was the best Belle that park had ever had. Now, I didn't just walk around the park, see? I was the main attraction at Enchanted Tales with Belle. It was my own little theater where I got to be the star. I got standing ovations 6 times a day, and I could see right over all their little heads. But about 6 months into my reign, I started noticing these men in suits. We call them fellow cast members, of course, but they're the higher-ups. Start coming to my pavilion. Every day there's 2 or 3 just sort of scattered throughout. Now, I did not know what this meant, but I knew that something was definitely up. Well, turns out, the gentleman who'd first hired me as Belle kind of liked me. I think he kind of liked me. In fact, I'm sure of it. But anyway, pretty soon, I was asked to stop telling stories to the kids at Enchanted Tales and be the official spokesgirl for Walt Disney World Resort on closed-circuit TV. Those ones in all y'all's hotel rooms? That's right. If you've been to WDW recently, that was me on your screen. Well, here, I'll prove it. Just watch me. Hi, I'm Shelley Cooper, and I'm here to invite you to be our guest as I tell you about the must-dos you must do to do your must-dos at your Walt Disney World vacation. From the chug-chug-chug-a-lug of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the dizzying excitement of the Mad Hatter's teacups, to the galactic adventure that lies in store at Space Mountain, I'm here to take you on a mouseical story that won't stop until you say Jiminy Cricket. We shot it over the course of 3 days. 3 days around all the parks with a crew who worshipped me. I had a chair with my name on the back of it, Shelley, in those Disney letters, and assistants bringing me cold drinks and whatnot. But of course, it was on camera that my own personal magic really kicked in. I had to read the cue cards, of course, but it takes a certain spark to put something over like, with Disney's Magic Your Way ticket options, be prepared for a carpet ride to adventure. Want to experience more than one ride at park a day at your stay? No problem. Just add the park hopper option and you're all set. Hakuna Matata. Not everyone can pull that one off. Well, it went into editing for a month. And they couldn't have me going back to being Belle, because I was about to be a big Disney star, see? And they couldn't have little ones getting confused when they saw me as Belle and as the hot girl on their hotel room TVs. So they put me into hiding at Disney's Old Key West Resort and just kept me there all secret-like. Well, I had to do a few cleaning duties, and I had to wait tables at the Turtle Shack snack bar, but it was only for a month. I felt just like Julia Roberts waiting for Pretty Woman to come out. And then it happened. I was invited to a screening with all the Disney executives, and I was treated just like royalty. Music struck up when I came into the theater, and all these old men were shaking my hand and giving me real tight hugs. And then the lights went down, and there I was on screen with Chip and Dale. Epcot is amazing! From welcoming a community of tomorrow to touring an international smorgasbord, it's all right here at your fingertips. You can experience all the great countries of the world in just a day. Here I am in merry old England. Hello, governor! And I had this ascot with the blue and white England flag on it. It was cute, right? Oh, but this is one of my favorites. Right here at Downtown Disney is where you could be saying yum and wow every 5 seconds. Whether it's the thrill of Cirque du Soleil, being at the biggest Disney store on the planet, I'm taking this little Mickey home with me, or the world's largest Lego display, it's all right here at your fingertips. And when your tummy starts to rumble, experience a showcase of flavors at the Rainforest Cafe, or give a salute to the Earl of Sandwich. Sounds tasty, right, Daisy Duck? And here, Daisy will come up behind me, and I get to say, "Girls rock!" It started to air on everyone's hotel rooms on a loop. Oh, that means over and over. It's a show business term. I was seen on over 100,000 TVs, 24/7, constantly, every day. Well, from then on in, I owned the place. And since I was a cast member, I had free access to all the parks. I'd start early, and I'd hit them all in a day. Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Downtown Disney, Disney's Animal Kingdom, the water parks, and of course, the Magic Kingdom. And people would ask for my autograph. And I'd tell them everything they wanted to know about Disney, because I knew it all, see, from where to have dinner on any budget to where to meet Elsa and Olaf. Once, when I was making my rounds, I even checked in on the new girl who had assumed my chair at Enchanted Tales. Yeah, not so much. Here at the Seas with Nemo and Friends, you can meet all of your favorite characters from Finding Nemo, and maybe even a sea witch or two. Oh, nobody told me Ursula was part of this ride. Is she behind me? Anyone? I was good. People loved me, and not just the suit people, but the park people, the little girls in their princess dresses, everybody, and it made me feel important. And yeah, I might have exaggerated a little bit to my fans, like telling them that I was the one who screwed in the light bulbs for the electric parade every night, or that it was my voice they could hear singing during the Illuminations laser show. I sang it from the center of the lake. They just couldn't see me because it was so dark, see? Or that I invented the monorail. Just little white lies. You gotta tell them what they want to hear to keep them interested. You know how that is. Well, I started to think that if I was this important, I ought to have some say in how the parks were run. I mean, I was the face of WDW after all. Thousands of park goers were telling me this every day. So I started showing up to board meetings. Not because I was invited, but because I cared and I thought I should be there. And I had lots of ideas, see. Well, that did not go so well. I mean, I told those secretaries to turn on the TV so they could see who I was, but pretty soon I was getting letters from lawyers that I did not understand. Well, and why? I was just trying to help. So they sent me back here to my hometown to just cool off for a little while. Speaking of cool, there's no better way to cool off than at a Disney water park. Enter a watery wonderland of water slides under the Florida sun. It's a tropical paradise like you've never seen. Or as we at Disney call it, it's water wonderful. Cowabunga. And everybody here at home, when I got here, was real proud of me for doing what I done. Not many people ever get out of here. But my little sis, who loves all the Disney princesses, Belle being her favorite, had never seen me do my thing on the TV. So about 6 weeks after I got my mom and her, we loaded to the car and drove back down to Orlando. We stayed at the Pop Century, and the second after we checked in, I raced up to our hotel room and turned the TV on full blast. Couldn't wait to show my little sis. But that wasn't me on the TV anymore. They had some new girl, Stacy, and she was saying all my lines. Well, I thought there must be some mistake. So I called the front desk and demanded to know who the hell was Stacy and whatever happened to Shelley. And do you know what they said to me? Shelley who? Well, I just stayed in the hotel room the rest of the trip while they went off and did stuff. I just couldn't. Until the very last day, when I went up to the park. I had a park hopper. And I went up to the castle. And I looked at those majestic steps leading upward, and I remembered when I had stood at the very top, in front of the camera, in front of that fabulous castle with its blue spires and stone walls. And I recalled another time when I ruled the kingdom.